this for the past 9 years, and what I can show you here, these are exotic or hybrid rabbits. Now, why rabbits? Just like the stream of taxation is, you can actually tap income from rabbits in 5 ways. Let me put it 5 ways for now. You can sell the breeding stock. You can sell rabbit as meat, call it meat rabbit. You can sell the urine. You can sell the poo, which is the manure. Then you can sell the pelt. I have a pelt somewhere. Pelt. This is a bagged rabbit poo that is processed by us. Where's the rabbit pelt? Pelt. Those are all things of paper. But practically, I have taken mine for testing in National Veterinary Research Institute Vaughan, though it's still under testing. And we've noticed the content of the rabbit manure is actually 4 times richer in NPK than that of cow. It is twice richer than that of chicken. And the beauty about the rabbit manure is that it's cold manure. So once you harvest it from your cages, you can actually apply it to your plants directly, especially when it's dry. But that of chicken, you must wait for it to at least decompose, like that of cow and pigs. So that's one beauty about the rabbit manure. It is cold manure. Then again, it has a beauty of when you want to actually see naturally what the rabbit manure does. We've not tapped this yet in Nigeria. We're still playing around. But when you go on Google, you see some of these go for $7. Some go for $17. So what we do with it is we make slipper seats, bicycle seats. Some people come around and make hats and bags. Now I'm going back to the matter of the day, which is the poo and the urine as organic fertilizer. Past 5 years, I've been working closely with my sister who is here, the owner of Chesed Farms, and her friend who is also, is it Sinapi Greens. They are my disciples when it comes to this matter of rabbit poo and then rabbit urine. Now we've been talking about how to that we identified organically. One thing I know I can tell you here is that rabbit manure increases the shelf life of your products. Now this was harvested yesterday, right? From Chesed Farms. Today, this can stay up to almost 2 weeks and it'll still be okay. Somebody saw me posting this on Facebook and he said, the guy is just showing you rubber bed. But this is not rubber. It's actually thick. You can feast on this as a meal. It also grows spices. This is also from Chesed Farms, grown with rabbit manure. So you can see that. And these are passion fruits, also grown with rabbit manure and urine. Now the urine is, you have to build the urea. So you must dilute with water. And then you can use the urine as pesticide, you can use it as manure. Now some books will tell you mix the urine 1 to 2 for pesticide, and then as manure, you mix it 1 to 5. But practically, we have done that. If you make the mistake of applying rabbit urine that has stayed long on ground, and you do 1 to 2 as pesticide for fragile leaves, it burns them. So for fresh urine, yes, you can mix it 1 to 2. But for the one that has stayed long and is concentrated, you have to add more of the water, maybe 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 as pesticide. Now, if you're applying rabbit urine, you apply foliar spray. So as you wash your plants with it, gives it those nutrients that the plant needs. One thing for human error, whether it is 95% excellent on vegetables, but for plants that fruit, once you feed your plants with rabbit manure, when it gets to the stage of fruiting, you withdraw the manure. Because once you keep on feeding it, because of the NPK that is there, it grows vegetatively, and then it doesn't give you much fruit. But for vegetables, I am sure and I can tell you it is excellent. So rabbits are good to keep. I don't want to dive too much in management practice. I will call on my manager, Solomon Ivana, who will tell you more about what rabbits do, how to manage them. Thank you.
That is everywhere. That means all of us need to be involved if really you want this manure. Are we there? The management practice is very easy. It's not tedious. Even small children can what and take care of them. With 5 rabbits, that is 5 females, and a buck, that is the male one. Within a short period of time, they will multiply. Duplication in rabbitry is of short period. They have gestation period of 28 to 32 days, depending on the individual differences, just like in human as well. So you can imagine, take a minimum value of each doe kindling. You have a rabbit farm that you'll be harvesting the rabbit urine, the rabbit manure, and be getting this kind of bell pepper. Let me not talk too much on that. For more details, you can meet us in our office behind NTA, opposite Sarah Event Center, Holshi. We have, yes, I'm calling, sorry. When you are venturing into it, definitely you need to have skills of, just the way I tell you, they multiply easily. There are skills to that. We have a training center where we train people basically on how to manage and rear rabbit properly. You see this size. Not everyone. I so much believe that almost most of us haven't ever seen this.
You mentioned something about pesticides. Does it have any effects on the soil? This the waste. The waste. Does it have any effect on the soil? By the time you use it, I think the urine or the feces. I've forgotten the third one I wanted to accept, and maybe she just answer for now.
Okay, I'll start with the first question, which is for the cages. There are special designs for building rabbit cages. They're different. We have different designs based on region. Some places are very hot. Rabbits don't like so much heat. So when you're building such cages in those kind of regions, it has to be unnetted through. But for places like Plateau, where sometimes the weather is so cold, especially for the kids, the newborns, you have to at least cover it. There's a design we have. If we had a PowerPoint, we would have so showed you, but
and how much you've said it.
thank you. Now I'm glad this organization is coming up as partners for products like this. Now the awareness there for rabbit urine is really very low. A lot of farmers don't know about it. Like I think some months back, what a lady heard about us, she came and we got discussing. And I told her we sell rabbit manure and rabbit urine. In Hausa, she just said, yaro na son kudin kaya yawa, hadda bisarin zomo. So I laughed about it. I said she doesn't know. So I had to tell her and then show her what we've done, like the bell peppers and all that. I showed her videos of how we've applied the rabbit urine. So we need to do a lot of sensitization in terms of. So the wire mesh has to be down, and then the dimensions have to be very small. We use the half-inch net. For that of dog is a bigger, because by the time you use a bigger wire mesh, the limbs of the dog the rabbit can hook on that and it breaks it. So you have to use, especially the recommended net is the half-inch for the down floor. So there's actually a design for the cages.
I remember the last question. In dog business, for example, not like bingo. The bingos, they stray around and they sleep with each other. Now for Rottweilers, Caucasian, all those dogs, we go, maybe we have a friend that we go and we check when they are on heat. Now, how do you mate your rabbits? Do you watch for them when they are on heat, or indiscriminately they can sleep with themselves by themselves on their own?
Yes. We're talking about depleting soil degradation, which Madam here mentioned it. It has been there for years. One thing I know, and I'm sure of, is that rabbit urine helps to replenish some minerals in the soil in terms of NPK and other minerals in the soil. So it doesn't have any much harm to the soil. No. The advantages are way over the disadvantages. Yes. Then as for the mating, that is part of management practice. Now, he mentioned it, we train on rabbit farming. Yes, that's what we do. For you to keep rabbits, you must have some certain knowledge about how to manage them. Now, there's what we call the heat period for dogs, which is different.
Well, that is why we say skill is very important. Even if you give us 1, 2, 3 hours here, we will not finish, and so much question will be arising in your mind. So that is why we say the training is very important, because there are so many features that you can see. There is this thing we call replacement stock. So when you have the knowledge, you have those knowledge, you will be able to be fishing out your main breeding stock, and from there you will be taking your replacement stock. With that, you will keep a good breed on your farm. But meanwhile, you don't say, okay, because this rabbit is large, that's the only thing that you say, this rabbit is good. No, there are certain features again that you have to look at whenever you are considering breeding. And then coming back to the other person, our boss talk on urine and the manure. Still, it increases the soil texture, the soil structure, the soil moisture retention. You understand? All these are very, very good quality of rabbit manure and the urine as well.
And how much you've said it.
Thank you. Now I'm glad this organization is coming up as partners for products like this. Now the awareness there for rabbit urine is really, really very low. A lot of farmers don't know about it. Like I think some months back, what a lady heard about us, she came and we got discussing. And I told her we sell rabbit manure and rabbit urine. In Hausa, she just said, yaro na son kudin kaya yawa, hadda bisarin zomo. So I laughed about it. I said she doesn't know. So I had to tell her and then show her what we've done, like the bell peppers and all that. I showed her videos of how we've applied the rabbit urine. So we need to do a lot of sensitization in terms of
training person how where Nigeria rabbit. How do you organize the training? Then secondly, how will one get these species? Right?
Okay. We have the training in 3 categories, and the training is such a flexible. But one thing is that if you can form a group, if you can come in a group of, let's say, 5 and above, so it will make the work to be easier for both of us despite the flexibility of the training. Now, we have it intensive, regular, and e-learning. The intensive one, you come every day for a period of 10 days. Theory, practical is an intensive class, really. Then the